Chelsea don't just need a manager, they need a savior. They need someone that can take them back to the glory old days. In this video, I'll be looking at the top ranked managers that will likely succeed as Chelsea manager for next season. In my list, we have Andoni Iraola. Andoni Iraola is the Bournemouth manager who is said to be leaving this summer. Iraola has built a good reputation in the Premier League so far, so good with Bournemouth. It took them in the last 2 seasons. He has taken them to 12th position and 9th position respectively. Iraola is said to be someone that loved the pressing game. He's a pressing machine actually, and he loved working with youngsters. You could remember that during his times, many of his key players at Bournemouth were sold, but that didn't disturb him from what? From moving the project forward. He's a top candidate to succeed as a Chelsea new manager. The second on my list is Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas is a former Chelsea footballer, you know. He is, in his playing days, he won 2 Premier League titles, one for Arsenal and one for Chelsea. He's one of the best midfielders in world football so far, so good. As a coach, he is managing Como. Como is doing fantastically well. You can see his blueprints all written all over Como. And Como, who just came from the Serie B or Serie C from some couple of years back, is now about to make European sports this season. And Fabregas' way of playing, he plays the tiki-taka football, just like what is obtainable at the La Masia. That is the way he plays, and is a good fit for the Chelsea new position coming next season. Then the next on my list is Xabi Alonso. And Xabi Alonso is a key candidate for this job, if you ask me. Alonso, in his time at Bayern Leverkusen, won the German League and the German Cup as a DFB Poker Cup. That was a big achievement, if you ask me, on his CV. Bayern Leverkusen will never forget Xabi Alonso. In short, he's the legend of that club when it comes to Xabi Alonso. Alonso's way of playing is also pressing. He plays the pressing. He plays like more of like a pressing machine. That's the way Xabi Alonso tends to play as a manager. And he will play more of teamwork. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out well for at his time at Real Madrid. He didn't really add that in his time at Real Madrid due to some setting or foreseen circumstances that really meditated his time at the Bernabeu. But Xabi Alonso has a good record, if you ask me. What he did for Bayern Leverkusen is enough to stand out as a candidate or a possible manager of Chelsea come next season. Then the fourth on my list is Marco Silva. Now, Marco Silva is the Fulham manager. Marco Silva has been in the Premier League since 2017. He has managed clubs like Hull City and Fulham and the rest. Marco Silva has turned Fulham into a top 10 team in the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. Marco Silva is a very good manager, if you ask me to. He's one of the possible candidates to succeed as the Chelsea new boss or Chelsea new manager. And Marco Silva has really done well for Fulham, and then seeing what he has as potential. So he understands the terrain of the Premier League, so he's also someone to be considered. Then the fifth on my list is Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is a Newcastle boss or the Newcastle manager. Eddie Howe has been in the Premier League for God know how long. He was a former manager of Bournemouth too. He has had a blueprint on this Newcastle team. Newcastle in the last 3 or 4 seasons has been one of the top 8 Premier League teams. He has taken them to the Champions League twice now, and they have not really done bad in the Champions League. And they are really doing well, apart from this season where they are really struggling, maybe because of the sale of Isak. In other seasons, Eddie Howe has been brilliant. If you ask me, the man has been brilliant so far this season. I think he deserves a shot. He deserves a shot when it comes to being the potential Chelsea new manager for next season. Then let's consider other potential candidates. Possibility of Frank Lampard returning to his club. I don't think Frank Lampard will return to his club so soon. I don't think so. Lampard will not return to Chelsea so soon after what he has done for Coventry City. He will likely be with Coventry City for now. Other possible managers that Chelsea may look towards to, let's say Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is already being scouted by Real Madrid. He may not likely return, and I don't think Mourinho will want to go back to Chelsea. I don't think he's going to go back to Chelsea. So let's look at other possible managers apart from this one. What about the former Chelsea player, Felipe Luis? Felipe Luis has done well for the Brazilian club Flamengo. He has taken them to the Brazilian league and also the Libertadores trophy with Flamengo. It could be mentioned, but it doesn't have a UEFA license coaching badge for now. So Chelsea will be looking at this possible or potential manager for next season. What Chelsea should be wearing now is they need to give these managers the full backing, the full backing, the full support. If they don't give this manager the full support, there is no how they will succeed at Chelsea. Let's be frank here. Chelsea, you have to understand it. The board of Chelsea have to understand this. If you don't back the manager, financially speaking, morally speaking, psychologically speaking, everything, they will not succeed. So if the onions is down to the Chelsea board to make the right decision and to see who succeed as Chelsea manager. And I was told that Luis Enrique may not be available for Chelsea also. So guys, let's get your full opinion about this. Your comments, your like, your share is actually welcome. So far so good. So do you agree with these potential managers being listed for Chelsea boss, or do you think there are other managers that I have not actually listed? Let's get your comments in the comment section. Thank you.